Mmm, tasty. Essentially excited for this new series of ours. Oh yes, but hey everyone, and welcome to what I for now call Servant Thursday, because you know we are thirsty for servants, eh? And this is some of the profile materials that exist for many of the characters in the game Fake Grand Order, and I was told to check them out. And you know, I'm excited for that. So I decided to make this, and sorry for it taking a while. I'm a bit slow and all that, obviously. I always am slow. And of course, we're gonna start with Kyrielight, and then there is 4 right now, and thank Darklight Fury for helping me out to get these, so I can read them here with all of you and see it, because these give us a lot more of information and story about the characters and backgrounds and how they were designed and created and stuff like that, which I think is super fun. Before I do continue though, I think I'm gonna something like that. Yeah, I think that we get a nice view on Mashu, the expressions. Oh. She is a good Kohai, that for sure. Oh, this is so cool! Oh god, I love this. Seeing how the shield is made. Oh, nice. This is so cool. Damn, man, seriously, I love the fact that it's actually the round table they're using as a catalyst to summon all other servants, you know, in FGO and all of that. I think that is such a cool idea. Kyrielight? Nani? I can't read what it says. Oh. That's nice. Man, now I expect, like, the day we get Galahad, that he have that kind of armor. What is it showing the belly like that? Oh, well, whatever. It's still pretty neat. Neat design. Even the shield. I say that is. I don't just no. This is before Camelot. Oh, yeah. She changes. She get like a sword and stuff like that, right? Class shield. True, cannot be inquired due to lack of summoned form. Gender female. Source fake grandmother. She lawful good. Character create Kanoko Nasu. Takashi Takeuchi. Oh yeah, isn't Takeuchi the guy that been designing many of these Fate characters and all of that? May you appears in main for Fate Grand. Yes. Constitution. I assume Constitution is literally like endurance and stuff like that. So she got plenty of that. Magical luck. Magical luck. Magical power B. Luck C. Wait, she had actually surprisingly amount of magical power. Huh. No matter what kind of great magic cover the spell that are ranks A or below will not. What? Holy crap! That is of A or so only S ranked spell. Oh my god, that is actually insane when you think about it. Riding C. One can flawless manage beasts and vehicles of the beast and the vehicle have respectively received the proper training and adjustments. Oh yes. Field defense. A power display at the time of protecting allies or an allied camp. Exhibits a damage reduction effect beyond defense limited value, but one cell is not included with the target of protection. Also the high rank, the greater extent to practical range can reach. That's pretty cool. A Succeed Phantasm. A special skill that damage seven possess. Inherit no more than one of skill. The possessing hero. So they get one of the skills from the servant. So, ooh, cool. The now brutal wall of snowflake. I don't know why. Every time I hear that, I just think of Trump and his people stand on their build a wall. I know I should have dragged it, but I just think on that, you know, like oh god. And a defensive but that covers the entire. I actually read it as but first, so the user forces of will is community to. That is pretty. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Because Masha still misunderstands the way on how to use her Noble Phantasm, its true value is not able to be shown. The occasional hazy wall of shock. A defensive skill allows the one to arbitrarily put on an invisibility effect on someone among the party. The MP also goes up a little. In according with its name of its called occasional hazy, the target temporal shifts out of time axis. What? Target shift out. What the fuck? What? I just thought it was like, yeah, now they don't take damage. Invulnerability, yay! No, literally phase them out of time. What the Mashu? What the hell? If the rank was higher, the target could even phase through attacks, among other things, from higher. What? The principle is close to some defensive Noble Phantasm that uses target its own user. It's close to a certain defensive that is used. Should I know? Do I know that? Probably I don't know. Shield of Rousing. When you deflect an attack, the attacker becomes aroused. Oh no! Oh! God. Sorry. Yeah. A skill that temporarily raises one's own defense power and draws in an opponent's attack. It is bestowed only to someone who musters the courage and defends the backs of those who aggress before anyone else. This seems to be a skill not of the Noble Phantasm itself, but rather of the form of mentality of Marsh herself too. Mashu. Oh my god. Lord Chaldea's imaginary Noble Phantasm pseudo-deployment, the cornerstone of human order. Rank, dick. Type, anti-personal. It's like me then, anti-personal, like... Range 1. How does that work? Maximum... Range 1, like... Oh, okay, yeah, she literally summons in front of her, so I guess that was me, like... Something named by Olgamari. Wait. Olgamari? Is it really Olgamari that is just written differently, or... Am I just... probably am. Whatever. The Noble Phantasm Mashu deploys according to her instincts without the true name of the heroic spirit who possessed her being known to us as it is now. It expands a strong protective barrier in front of her. It appears being crowned with the name of Chaldea is from the wish that lies in Mashu's foundation, the wish called to see the future humanity. Cool. First pronoun, Watashi. Second pronoun, San, she, Mr. Are very correlated with a TPO, time, place, occasion. TPO, man! TPO! Yeah, I'm gonna use it every time something says something bad. Dude, TPO, man. TPO. It's like too soon, man. For the protagonist, she used senpai and master for a different purpose, such as the occasion where her master calls her name, and the occasion where she continues on as a servant. Regarding the matter with Roman, although she called him Doctor, if Roman sea lines are too terrible, she calls him Dr. Roman, and gives him a harsh assessment. Third pronoun, Kare Kanoyo. Nani? How many? And there's people, you know, on Twitter I have like me and my others, you know, we had a prominence on there, like he, for me, in my case, that he and him, and if you don't want to do that, then whatever, you know, it doesn't really matter, you know. I feel like people do whatever they want to do with that, but there are lots of people that as soon as I mention something, and they're like, oh, he has a pronoun in his under his name. Oh God, we can't talk. He's making no sense and whatever. You know, they use that as a trying to devalue my point or whatever. And I'm like, man, if they saw this, they would fucking explode. Here is a lot of pronouns. Oh God, I figures. Diplomatic, timid, and active. A girl poor at expressing emotions. Mashu's life experience is scarce, but she has a large amount of knowledge, since she is taciturn, and moreover... taciturn? Nani? Okay. Has an efficient and cool manner and speech. She happens to close fit in the adjective of as if she is like a doll. Why do you want... Oh... Now it makes sense. Nasu wanted a human life doll. Oh, hey. Don't think... Leave Masha alone. Still, Masha herself is very much an ordinary girl, someone who's intellectual, brimming with curiosity and active, simply a little taciturn, and whose federal elocution is just amusing. Okay, what the flying fuck is? I'm gonna check on that. What the fuck is that for? Even for a word? I don't think I even heard of that before. And now we use twice. Taciturn. Nej, taciturn. It's like a bird. Reserved or uncommunicative in speech, saying. Jaha, so that's okay. I learned something new today, guys. See ya. No, this is good. Outgoing. She reliably greets others by herself. She converse with companion and seek their opinion. A timid person appears to pulling herself together. It's also scary for her to fight, but she still does her best. An active dynamic. She appears to be mild-mannered before coming forth to someone without hesitation. The cause of her being seen as an eccentric young girl from this characteristic. Yeah, I would say there's actually quite a lot of clashing contradiction here, you know, like she's very outgoing, as they say here, but she also very timid, and yeah, you know, timid is, you know, often, as I said, you know, they don't often want to stand out and stuff like that, or, you know, they're often in the background and stuff like that. So, I mean, I understand what I mean with it, that she has no problem. Well, she go out and greet others, but that feels like very, like, yeah, that is the only reason why she's called outgoing, but it feels a bit weird. I'm not entirely sure about the entire thing. It feels like, I mean, and diplomatic, I wouldn't say she is, because timid and active, I could actually see that as, because she obviously doesn't have the experience to be what I can see diplomatic, and how I've seen her in general in the game and all that. She's very timid, that she learns stuff constantly, and of course she haven't had a life as we had, and doesn't have that experience and all of that, and she learned constantly and all, and so I wouldn't call her me. I think she is not really diplomatic in that regard. She's more though, how to say, yeah, I still think she's more that she can understand certain characters and all of that, and yeah, I mean, I probably think too much about it, and I probably will upset people by criticizing this, but yeah, I think so. I think Mashu still, she is a very sweet character. I really like her, so there is nothing I don't mind in that regard. I just find it because I myself have made tons of characters, and I know that I tend to write down like points on these characters, like if I realize about, man, these statements kind of contradict each other, like being easy to anger, but maybe contradict with that rarely get anger, then it kind of contradict each other, and it kind of doesn't make sense, you know. That is now just very basic, but so I always trying to like make sense of the character. Then again, to be fair, Mashu is not an ordinary character. She's created as all that, you know. So I shall let this slip. I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot, but I think this is interesting to see the depth of the characters and all of this stuff they add to it. Motivation, attitude towards the master. After becoming a servant, Masha idolizes the protagonist as her senpai, and she will become the protagonist's power. She will be useful for the protagonist, and she will do her best. It seems that said person is more than happy with above anything else. Masha does not use exclamation very much, from saying instead master instructions or senpai, please, senpai, please. Back off! Before comment, those are the expression of her request and reliance called, please help the weak me. Her outward appearance tends to be seen as a cool battle heroine, but her core part is the exact opposite. And I can see, you know, that when she's in battle, she's showing this dependency, that she's strong, but inside she is like that timid her, that she's switching on and off pretty much. No matter how much she gets used to doing battle, it's scary for her, and she wants to be calmer in combat as much as she can if possible. Mashu's combat is summarized in qualities such as serious and obedient honest student, a kohai who treats a senpai with respect. It is not known whether or not that is her way of seeing love though, and Miss Tanusune, a just slightly eccentric young girl. Yeah, I mean, I would say, now of course, I remember actually, I think I mentioned it in a previous video way back, about love. Because there's so many different love, you know? I love my brothers, I love my sister, I love my parents, I love my friends, I love you all. But there's all different loves, you know? Just like you have a different love for your partner, your own kids if you have them, or stuff like that. So, yeah, but in Japan it's seen different and stuff like that. I know, but yeah, I think that's how she sees like what love is. She looks up to the master, us. Dear LanokirX, it's neither more nor nice, so please wake up some. No, I'm sleeping. The reason? Ritsuka-san, he's the most humane among the humans I have encountered up to now. The most you met had died. And threat from him. Oh yeah, thank you. It's because of that there's no reason for me to be hostile to him at all. Does she just say that I'm a wuss? I'm just kidding. Senpai, it was a disaster meal if she took up her new post. Nevertheless, there is room for me for the director's irritability. Well, due respect, Ritsuka-senpai is too ignorant regarding... What? I'm not ignorant! Okay, I am, but don't say it out loud. It is impossible to communicate our intention by means of language. I judge it by a hostile creature, mass instructions. We both, senpai and I, will get over this situation. Character image. Someone with grade A master aptitude or Chaldea prepared. A designer child conceived through artificial insemination and reared inside the Chaldea. Ah, they took sperm into a little machine and an egg fell out and it hatched and she was born. If you don't, ask your parents about our birds and the bees. Not a homunculus, but a full-fledged human being. Oh. However, Mashu's lifespan is short due to the matter where her magic circle and master aptitude were prioritized. It is said that the life activity of the sunchild ceases when they are about 30 years old. But Mashu is even shorter than that. This is because the lifespan of her body was further shortened due to fusion experiments she underwent with a servant. Mashu has been diagnosed with an activity limit of 18 years. That's pretty specific. 18 years? Why not 20? Is it because, oh, no, she's counted as an adult? Jaha. Fuck. Mashu was previously possessed by the second of the 3 heroic spirits summoned by Chaldea, who were all summoned by the heroic spirit summoning system, Fate. Cool. Although the second heroic spirit possessed Mashu, he showed his discomfort for this experiment that violated humanitarianism, refusing to cooperate with Chaldea. The after he had, I remember this from Babylonia and all that first episode 0 and stuff. He had been obsessed with, I think it was episode 0, right? Thereafter he had been obsessed with silence inside of Mashu, but his heart was touched with what he saw just before Mashu died, so he fused with her for the sake of keeping her alive. Mashu herself has not been informed of what the heroic spirit was inside of her. This is because the previous director had been keeping secret, for he was afraid that the testee, the Mashu, would become arrogant and be alienated. What? Why would she become alienated by that? And arrogant? Yeah, how does it feel to be 5 years old and have a full-grown man inside of you? Haha, that doesn't sound good in any kind of way. Maybe that was oh gosh, holy shit, nej, fy fan. Unlike the starts of the story prologue, Masha have been spending time in an isolation room within Chaldea. Yeah, I remember. The isolation room is a small room with one side of the wall being composed out of glass so that can be monitored from the outside. Oh, that sucks. I really like being a Sue. She kept on living in that room for 14 years, and ever since she was 15 years old, it had reached the point where it was no problem for her to move with Chaldea. Its circumstances allowed it. Such as receiving training as a member of a team. Oh yeah. Where is Mr. T? We need him. A team where specially selected masters were assembled into. She came across the protagonist who turned up at Chaldea on the morning of the day she became 16 years old. After Chaldea was devastated and she became a demi-servant. Marge exerts herself as the protagonist's servant. Marge's mental structure has been viewed as being similar to a chick that just had been born. Pure and without being aware of the things to be suspicious of, she merely acts for the sake of the things she believes in. Her human-like mental structure and contradiction continue to grow throughout the journey. Ah, good. Mentioned contradictions. What are we talking about? Role within the game. Masha plays an active role as the protagonist navigating both the main story and special events. The main heroine, the main shield. Cool and taciturn. Ah, see, now I know what I mean. And yet her true nature is one where she acts as a devoted and earnest Kohai character. Although she has knowledge concerning magecraft and history and heroic spirits, her common sense is rather lacking. You know, I like that. The main servant who has formed contract with the protagonist. Other than that contract, the contract formed with the other servant are simply no more subcontracts where they are lending their power because the human order incineration. Connection with characters, Lev Lina. Although it was limited to a period of 2 years, as far as Masha is concerned, Lev is her former teacher in Magecraft department. It appears that even Lev has also been connected with Masha except as a single person. For that reason, Masha is not able to possess the awareness that Lev is a bad person. Dr. Roman, a figure who's at the top of Chaldea's medical department, and as for now, is acting on the director's behalf. Since Masha is very much obliged to do... I don't know why I can't speak today. I can never speak. She trusts... I almost said thrust, and I didn't. Yes! Progress. As well relies on Roman. To Masha, Roman is a figure interpreted as both the kind father and the kind older brother of the house next door. Aww. His... father, brother, far brother, far brother... Okay, that makes sense, more sense for those that speak Swedish. Comment from Illustrator. Masha is a character that had been created since the time of Stay Night. What? Really? The expectation was that she was designed to be a person wielding a massive shield in a sci-fi-like bodysuit, but as some armor parts and volume to her chest for Fate Go and resulting in a current design. Ah, the most important part, the chest. Thank you. There were particularly no setting for wearing glasses in her civilian clothes, but that gives it seem to match well with her. I tried to put it on her. I'm thinking, I wonder if it turned out to be a nice accent in her design as a form of variety from the time when she is a servant. That makes... Though, what I think on, when we think about it, then again, I mean, when they designed her, so to speak, I thought like, man, then they probably would make sure that her eyes would be good. But then again, they prioritized the mage craft and stuff and all of that, mage circles and all, stuff like that. But I feel like they probably shouldn't just ditch the eyes, man. I mean, I'm saying... Lev Liner, I drew a rough sketch and said, hey, I want this sort of impression from me. And after receiving a cape from Nasu, I adjusted his lines over again, and a charm similar to the rough sketch did not come out. That also happens now and then, but Lev is also a character of that sort of type. Although in first rough sketch, he had a bit more chauvinist to him. Troublesome. Lev is... everything about him is Screech villain. A character of the type that seems simple but gets one running into trouble with the design. The fact is, this person has no great feature, isn't that right? Dude, he have lots of that. He's charming. I was worried to the end about the color of his hair. I just say red. Perfect choice. Olga Marie Animusvea, because it's a character setting that was easy to understand. She has a character who was formed with a practical anything to be worried about. Without. It was pleasant since I can draw this sort of character without straining too much of myself, don't you think? The color of her tights are a pleasing feeling. The color of her tights has a place of feeling. What? That's a very odd thing to say. The color of that blood has a pleasing feeling to them. The color of her tights is... That is probably one of the weirdest fucking lines I've ever read, and I have read lots of weird shit on the internet. What? Oh god. The protagonist. Rather than creating completely new things that took from things that have been piling up till now, connect them to future works. And also requests that he wants to get a protagonist that can support the weight of his work, the fate that he aimed for, summed up till now. Okay. Okay, so that was Mashu to begin with. The color of her tights has a pleasant feeling to him. Oh god, I just get an erection thinking of that color. Aha! That's one of the funkiest fucking comments I ever seen. Oh god! But yeah, that was really interesting. I love whatever we get to see more depth about the characters and the ideas and concept they created for them and how they came to make them. I think that is really, really nice, and I genuinely enjoy to check these through. So we're gonna continue. We have Artoria Pendragon. Artoria and a dragon with a pencil, because that's what it means. Saber. Actually, I wouldn't mind to get her as a character in the game. Then again, I have her Lancer Alter. Man, how many is there of quite a lot of them. The little crown is cute though. I mean, I'm gonna say, even if I at times feel that she is seen so much and all that, and I do know that she is the poster child of fate, so it's obvious. But at the same time, I think her design and all is really, really good. It's a good design that I definitely can see, like, I mean, seriously, just the design of this armor and all of that. I mean, it's really good. They made it just... It's not sort of insanity. It feels very slick, yet lots of details in it that you can find out. As well, without making like her running around in a freaking bikini or something like that. They actually made her look like, damn, she really looks like a knight. And I love that. Artoria, source of Furian cycle. It's just beside after when you have the period cycle, you know. It's menstrual cycle. It's a bit of a mess. It's between. That is why the hill is bloody. There are lots of cycles going on here. Laughable England. Strength B, endurance B, agility B, mana, luck. Oh yeah, this is based on Shiro summoned her, right? Otherwise, I don't think she had this kind of luck, right? NP, Scenario Rider, Nasu, Takeuchi, Kawasumi, Kazuma Ayoko, Mayor Prince, Fates the Night, Fate Zero, others. No matter what kind of magecraft law. Oh god, that is insanity! Talent for riding, can ride most vehicle above average. Cool. Why does my Steam show up like that? It shouldn't do that. Sorry for that. I need to fix Steam afterwards. I haven't fixed everything yet. Personal skill. Charisma B. Natural talent. Command an army. Obey me! Okay, sir. In military battles, improved ability of their own army. Since charisma is a rare talent, it gives that B rank is enough to be a king of a country. Is it really? I feel like many characters... Then again, most characters that exist have been leaders of some sort, so it makes sense. Mana burst. By wrapping weapons or their own body with mana and releasing it, allows them to increase ability. In other words, it's jet propulsion with mana. This heroic spirit applies it in sword fight with defense and movement, demonstrating high performance in every aspect. Normal weapons without strong protection will not be able to endure her attacks covered with mana and will be destroyed with one blow. Instinct B, able to always feel the most suitable course of action for oneself in battle. A sharpened sixth sense that also includes the future sight. Half the interference blocking vision. Holy shit! That feels like perfect plot armor, like, oh no, how could you avoid? Instinct. Seriously. Does Cuchulainn have instinct? Because I feel, honestly, Hercules? Berserk? I mean, it feels like he would... They are kind of characters that... I guess it's because I think animals when I heard, like... Cuchulainn, dog. Then again, Artoria, lions. Meow. Sword of Promise Victor, Excalibur. Rank AA+, Anti-Fortress, range 1 to 99. Maximum number of targets... Now I assume, I mean... I think that could easily take out more than 1,000 people in that regard. You know? Because... it could kill so many more, I'm pretty sure about that. But I guess they just gave a number, just giving a hunch on how strong this is and all that. Excalibur, Sword of Light, it's not a man-made weapon, but a divine construct forged by the planet. Although managed by the hands of a pharaoh, the mage Merlin entrusted it to King Arthur as an intermediary. My God. A noble phantasm that stands at the top in category of holy swords. A holy sword that by summoning the owner's mana as light increases momentum by means of converged acceleration and makes possible to exert magical power in the level of divine spirit. The huge magic power gives heat not only by the tip, and as a result is taken as a wave of light that scratches the ground. Scorches, maybe? It could also be said to be a directional energy weapon. Laser beam! It said that the sword that was born in the inner sea of the planet only exerts its true power only with the appearance of a foreign enemy that threatens the planet. Are you gonna make something like space alien stuff? First, Watashi, Anata Kisama, Kiko, Yatsura. As personality, as it can be guessed from a dignified appearance, she has a too serious personality that doesn't play around. Her outside appearance seems to be that of a girl in her mid-teens, but that's because the development of her body started at age 15, when she pulled a sword of selection from the stone. What is it with mangas and stories like that? That they seem to generally range between like 13 and 15. Is there some reason for that? And then it's always like, oh, she looks like 10, but she's 20 years old actually. I feel like it's like, I feel it's a bit weird, but maybe it's just me. Fostered as the king of the next era, since she was very young by Ecta, who thoroughly drummed into her the perfect cavalry since her childhood. She acquired an insight and composure above her age. Since she falsified her gender for a long time, her concept about being a woman is sparse. Therefore, people surrounding her treating her as a woman is usually as an inappropriate interaction, especially causing when coming from the opposite sex. Though serious about nature, she was a girl brimming with curiosity before becoming the king of Britain. Her summoned as a... Then they her some... I think there's something missing there. Summoned as a 7 is from the time... her summoned... It's something a bit weird in my brain. Maybe it's just me. A sermon is from a time when she was severely ruling as the king of night. But by being apart from her the little from a while and interact with the people from the foreign land, the apparition of a girl personality is increasing. That is slang for we making her more waifu. In the past, when summoning 5th of the Grey War at Fugue City, she liked the lion plushie she got from the youngster that was a master, and it seems she carries it and sleeps with it in a futon. Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of this, that she hid, but why that is something I honestly is a bit curious about. Why did her body stop development at the age of 15? And if her body stopped development, wouldn't her brain do that too? Because obviously the brain is part of the body. The brain is, and the brain isn't really fully matured until like I think I read something like 25 years old, or something like that. It's still, it doesn't really make sense in that regard. I mean, for some reason, they just wanted to make her look young. But I'm not sure why, but that was the goal. But wouldn't they actually make her like mindset being that as well? I'm sorry if I'm just overthinking stuff, but yeah. Now they actually have this information presented to me. It's like, And doesn't mean that she is a bad character. No. I still think she is a good, and I like her design and all of that. And in general, it's good. But I also need. I try to have a critical mind. Critical mindset. I mean, is there, for example, why would her body? It almost says when she pulled the Sword of Selection from the stone, then it stopped. Like, why? Do we get... Maybe there is information somewhere why this happened? Because, honestly, that is something I can find bothersome when when you're making a character and they're like, yeah, his hand vanished. Okay, why? I mean, I find it like, they're easy to add details, but if you don't explain why they are there, it's easy to be like, lots of things, but you don't never get an explanation of it, like, that is what I wonder. Why did this thing happen? Why did she just stop aging at 15? And why did her brain continue but not her body? It feels like, yeah, it feels a bit weird. Still, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out. Maybe someone of you know, and there's maybe there's information about it down here. So we're gonna continue. Motivated towards an attitude towards master. Properly speaking, she is a heroic spirit that appears not as servant but a special guardian. Although she faced a tragic end, she has no regrets about the honor of a king and of cavalry she believes in, and has a firm conviction. When dealing with a master who isn't a subject, she leaves the position of the king and comes in contact as a good friend or as a guide. Trying to understand the personality or the position of her companion, she doesn't hate giving advice or admonition based on her own values. Occasionally she shows a sweet attitude, perhaps rooted in the way that she was the youngest sister of 2 siblings. Yeah, and when I think about it, wouldn't they know that she was a girl? Luckily they didn't go like, she's a girl. Well, girl, I mean, oh shit, I've mixed it up. I don't know what she's gender anymore. Then I ask you, are you my master? If there's something to think about, the answer is one after being summoned as a servant. Enemies that compete with each other for victory, I'll deal with them with my whole soul. Well, we're not in the middle of battle now. Even I feel at ease when I can breathe. Oh, that's nice. Why did you dress as a man, you ask? No, I didn't. In my times, kingship was for men to begin with. I couldn't protect anything with the body of a girl. Yeah, that is something that is good. I mean, I know that that is why she dressed up as a man and all of that. And yeah, that is a good explanation in my opinion, at least. Though it still doesn't explain why she stopped aging her body after 15. Like, I assume it's, I guess, not to make her look too woman. I guess, because, oh no, she has boobs. She must be a woman. Then again, she have a dress when I think about it. Oh well. Historical image, the legendary king of England, the person that is King Arthur, was called King of Knights. Pendragon is a title given of the royal family of Britain. I didn't know that actually. Cool. A woman in the world of fates and night, Arthur Pendragon, the girl declared the greatest king in the history of Britain, was also called Artoria in her childhood. She pulled the sword of royal selection from stone, faked a gander, and ascended to the throne with the new name of Arthur. Under the guardianship of the mage Merlin, he continued fighting by leading the Knights of the Round Table in order to defeat the evil king Vortigern, who usurped Uther's throne. The Saxons were drawn into Britain's and northern race of the Picts. Man, I would love Vortigern as a servant. Isn't he like a dragon or something like that, if I remember wrong? Like half dragon or something? Am I thinking of the wrong character? Because that would be cool. Reviving the devastated castle of Camelot, she governed the island of Britain. After searching for the Holy Grail for certain reasons, she finally won over the Roman Emperor who invaded Gaul, Lucius Tiberius. But the Knight of the Round Table caused a rebellion, and she was misplaced in the Battle of Hill of Camelot. In the tombstone of King Arthur that once existed in Glastonbury, it was written, "The King of the Past and the Future." Rolling game. Yes. Since Artoria Pendragon's story is narrated in Fates Night, she seems to have less opportunity to be active as a main protagonist. Same as the top 7 Skatage, she has the position of watching over the future generation. Huh? Is Skatage part of other things? Or am I just missing things? Rather, various classes derived from Artoria will become a domain of FGO. Various classes derived from Artoria? What? What does that even mean? In the prologue, Flame contained seed of Fiuki and the folk chap Death well in the seed of demonic Miscelano, saying that another aspect of her... Ah! Yeah, okay, yeah, you mean all other Saber phases. And in the novel Garden of Avalon, part of the secret of her birth are written, her feelings toward her homeland can be heard. Garden of Avalon was really good, actually. For those, I actually made a little series here on YouTube. You can either you look for that or just look for the original Garden of Avalon. Really good stuff, talking about from Merlin's perspective and all of that, how he saw like with Artoria and all this stuff. That was pretty interesting. Roland Password, he heard something as a Saber summon in the 4th and 5th Holy Grail War at the seat of Yuki is narrated in Fates the Night and Fates Zero. In both works, she is the partner of mage that is the protagonist, and those two appear with different form in Fate Grand Order. Yay! Gilgamesh, the Golden King that appears with a know-it-all air. Where I go. I know it all airs where I go. I was cautious at first, but if this is an inseparable relationship, I will be more cautious now. No one else? You skip everyone else? Like Iskandar? They had a connection. Lancelot, if anything? I mean, I guess it would be too much, but yeah, okay. Connection with the Knights of the Round Table need not be said. I kind of dislike it. I don't know if I awake or sleep Tristan. It'd be nice to Tristan. Despacito. Comment from Illustrate. While making the 7th picture for Fate Go, what bothered me in special was the evolutionary design of the spirit origin. Especially with an already existing character, adding extra elements to a familiar design without changing the silhouette and putting 3 stages of change was very difficult. With Artoria evolution design, I thought about various things like plain clothes or a dress, but in SL with a simple royal robe design. It's not a change for the better, but I think that was the role of Artoria in Fate Go. Yeah. Ooh, alter. But I'm actually gonna cut for this, and we're gonna continue with the next one's next episode. So this is a bit different, and hopefully I will continue, and they're gonna be interesting, and hopefully people enjoy this, go through this with me. And as said, I think this is really interesting to get a little bit more backstory and ideas on what's going on, why they made these choices, and why and how what they were thinking and stuff like that. I think that is super interesting. But well, we're gonna continue with that next time, and hopefully gonna be next Thursday. So yes, so thank you for watching. See you later on, and have a continued super great day.